Hello and welcome to Richmond, site of race number 26 of the Reebok Truck Series. It's been a long, hard season for a lot of these teams, some of them going through multiple drivers at this point, but it all comes down to this. Who will be the 12 drivers fighting it out for the Season 2 Reebok Truck Series title to join the name of Jacob Sisko? I'm sorry, I actually had forgotten Season 1 champion there for a moment. But on the pole, one of the hopefuls, Gabe Williams, and alongside the second wildcard holder, James Shelley. Preston Plord, another one of the hopefuls, is alongside Renzi. Bradley Bishop Jr. alongside Seth Cole. Seth is one of the hopefuls here today. Alex Hawkins comes in the 5th place points position. He'll start alongside Tom Gerard, who is actually not one of the hopefuls. He is eliminated from title contention. Then you have Alex Perkle and PJ Williams. Williams has clinched a chase spot, but has not clinched a spot in the top 10.
Start your
We'll follow the rest of the storylines, but here's the rest of the starting grid as we get the command to get this thing started. There's William Duncan. He's another one that's clinched a chase spot, but doesn't know where he'll be. In the final row is Kenny Bale and Zeke Marley. So coming into this race, Dylan Young, Kyle Collins, they already know they will be in the top 10. Drivers who know that they are in the chase are William Duncan and PJ Williams, but they do not know their stats and whether or not they'll be in the top 10 or not. Jessica Shelton, you saw her starting in the back. She had a fast truck in Happy Hour. She has to finish 25th or better to clinch a chase spot and not have to worry about what happens. She should be a pretty safe lock though. Alex Hawkins, 5th in the points, 10th or better. The 59 truck is 6th in the points, 29 7th. Alex Perkle 8th, Joe Davis 9th, Trevor Meacham in the top 10. Gabe Williams takes the green flag here at Richmond. Gabe is pretty much in a win or he is eliminated scenario probably. He needs a lot of help and a win most likely to, he needs a win and then he needs a lot of help as they're already starting to wreck in the back. No surprise, Brad Mojo, Jeff James though, they're still wrecking. Robin Shannon's involved. Oh my God! Trevor Meacham, 10th in the points. As there's a huge stack up, including Jake Bassinger. Shelton, I think, got stopped in all of it. Charles Sanford's on pit road. That might be the end of his chase hopes. Nathan McCain, probably the end of his. Washer's on pit road. He was 11th in the points coming in. This actually lowers the scenarios. Kyle Collins is involved. Paul Swanson's involved. Thomas with a ton of damage. Max Neuwirth's got some damage. Jay Stella, Hiroshi Kazuyoshi, Meacham. Joe Davis to pit road. Brad Mojo's got damage. But a wreck on lap 1 brings the caution out, and a lot of drivers probably already seeing their chase hopes go up in smoke. And we are back. Here's where this one kind of starts. We're watching the 29 of Robin Shannon, 29 of Charles Sanford, Sanford gets turned towards the inside wall. Someone bounced off the wall up here with the 75. That's where Sanford's truck goes up in smoke already. And then Randy McBlair turns the Robin Shannon machine. And it's just chaos from here. Shannon doing a great job to keep his truck up near the wall. Sanford not having to worry about any of this. Who was the one to hit and just absolutely kill the pit wall over here? Someone just absolutely killed this thing. Watching Washer. Oh, it was Washer. And Seth's actually turned around almost up here. Look at the washer machine. It's literally the washing machine, essentially. This. Kind of gets some help here from Jeff to go down there, but just absolutely kills the tire wall here at the end of pit road. Nathan McCain. There's Bassinger. There's Meacham. Joe Davis. Oh my gosh, Washer's truck actually goes on top of Baskinger. Newworth involved. Let's take a look with Seth, and then maybe take some onboards here as Seth's truck goes around. Courtesy of Tom Gerard. A little bit of a 3-wide there, sends these trucks around. But Seth, I don't think he's going to have too much problems, at least definitely not in comparison to the guys back there. Eric and Rage coming across in the grass there. A lot of trucks getting involved in this. Let's take some onboards here and some of the guys who were either in it or got through this. Onboard Jessica Shelton to see if she got through it from her 39th place starting spot. Looks like a little bit of a nick with the 29, but all in all, a great job to avoid this by Jessica Shelton. Onboard Chris Washer as his chase hopes probably go up in smoke. Onboard Jake Baskinger, 6 points. I think this might be one of the last onboards. Onboard Nathan McCain. Oh! And we are back. Drivers out of the race are as follows: Paul Swanson, Charles Sanford, Kyle Collins, Chris Washer, Jeff James, that is the 15 of Jeff James, I'm sorry, whoops, okay, reading the second name again. Robin Shannon, Nathan McCain, and Jake Bassinger. With the retirement of Chris Washer, Jessica Shelton has clinched a spot in the chase for the Reebok Truck Series title. Alex Hawkins now, his clinch chase scenario falls to 23rd. Alex Perkle, if he finishes 13th or better. Joe Davis 10th or better, and Trevor Meacham, despite getting damage, he is still running. And if he can finish 8th or better, no matter where Amy Shelley finishes, he will make the chase. That is the judge marker now, is Amy Shelley in the 55. Pace car pulls off, field under control of Gabe Williams, and we are back to racing. Paul Swanson and Chris Washer officially eliminated from chase contention. Nathan McCain still has a shot despite being wrecked out, but his chase hopes hinder on this man making the top 10 in points, and Cassandra Renzi in the 4 not overtaking him in the points. So not very good odds there, I think, if you're one of the guys in, or if you are a fan of Nathan McCain right now, I think. But James Shelley giving his best effort. He's into 3rd. Preston Floyd into the race lead, trying his best to make the chase. He needs a second win to have any shot. He also might need some help from James Shelley making the top 10. Alex Hawkins, though, going for 3rd. He's in a spot where he's good enough to clinch. As Louviere's up the track a little bit, inside of Renzi, Jake Davis takes it 3 wide. And now the BKR teammate goes even farther low, and actually will grab about 4 spots in that one corner. Tom Gerard was almost in a tight spot. He has nothing left to lose. I mean, he's not going for anything. Louviere, oh, contact with Renzi. Jake Davis, save it, Louviere. He does. Oh, Kenny Bale was on the apron there for some reason. Not quite sure why. Green flag still is out. Lovely view of the pace car. I can't really get a great camera angle at this track. I'm sorry. Cosmic Nova into 6th, I think. He's trying to work his way back into the top 10 points. He's 13th in the points. Bradley Bishop Jr. eliminated from chase contention. He's not worried about too much. Here's another driver who has to win to have any shot. It's Stephen Paul III in the 16. James Shelley's inside of Gabe Williams now. That for second. This now about over a half a second behind Preston Plord. Oh, and apparently they have gone around. Pace truck is out. Max Neuwirth involved. Kenny Bale, Jessica Shelton involved, but not that matters now for her, I guess. Meacham's got even more damage. Brennan Berg is smoking. That will pretty much do it for his chase hopes. Jay Stella. Actually, that will eliminate the 39. He had to finish. He had to win at least to have any other shot. So another wreck occurring here, as it involves a few drivers, including a driver who's now officially clinched a spot in the chase in the 17 of Jessica Shelton. Let's take a look back at what happens. Kenny Bale takes his car behind the wall. And we are back in Q. Some conspiracy theories, I guess, because William Duncan, a friend of Nathan McCain, gets into the Cassandra Renzi machine and turns Renzi down into the inside wall. Now, they wreck actually behind Renzi, but I just figured I'd show that part. Oh, and actually, look at this. This actually plays a key role because Renzi, sliding back up the track, gets into Brennan Berg. And Berg is the one who will slide into the Kenny Bale machine. Now, where does he lose the hood? Oh, that's where. So they had another wreck actually out in front of this. And that's where Jessica Shelton's involved. As in trying to avoid this, apparently, Chris Louvier comes down the track and gets into the Jessica Shelton machine. And both of them will go around a little bit here. And I don't think they pretty much had this saved until Bale comes along. And then Brennan Berg gets into the back end of the 17. Oh, Jay Stella had lost the front end of his car. Meacham slams into this. Now, we do have to show something with Meacham because he went around on the back straightaway. And you see Amy Shelley involved. 12th in the points, now the top contender of those not in the top 10. And Meacham finding more struggles here today as Zeke Marley, that's Brad Mojo, in the 75 gets into him. Bounced off the wall a couple times, Mojo gets back into him. And then, conveniently, I guess, clips the 55. Max Neuwirth involved. There's Seth Cole. I think I just saw Neuwirth's car actually get air. And I'm not quite sure if I did or not. Maybe a little bit. Looks like a little bit, maybe right there. Gets some air. But still Oh, Hiroshi Kazuyoshi. There's Joe Davis. One of our chase hopefuls. So, interesting that he's involved in this and he has no hood. So, let's go ahead and go back to the green flag here and see who might be out of this race. And we are back. Drivers out of the race are Brennan Berg, Trevor Meacham, Kenny Bale, Max Neuwirth, and that actually is it. Max Neuwirth, Brennan Berg officially eliminated from title contention. That will also eliminate Kenny Bale from title contention. From chase contention. But what this really did do is bring James Shelley right to the back bumper of Preston Plord. Same for Gabe Williams and Alex Hawkins. As Cosmic Nova is inside of Stephen Paul III back there. And for each of these drivers that falls out, that's not a top 10 guy. It hurts the chances of James Shelley moving in. Oh my gosh, there's Nova Sosnowski. Shelley's in. almost up and over. Zeke Marley involved. Dylan Young into Nova. Oh my gosh, this is huge. Oh, Shelley has hit the pit wall. Huge damage to Pizza Toyota. And that puts it down to Nova. Okay, this is going to make it even more interesting. So, more shakeup here at the halfway point, as I think that might actually clinch Alex Hawkins into the chase. It might. We'll have to see. But let's go ahead and take a look back at what happened. And we are back. I'm not quite sure what happened to cause Gabe Williams to want to turn the number 3 of James Shelley, especially when Gabe needs Shelley to pretty much make the top 10 to have any shot at making the chase. But he does, and Cosmic Nova gets into the 3. Then Kyle Sosnowski right into the driver's door. Oh, and Zeke Marley actually is the one to put James Shelley back on his wheels, hitting the undercarriage of that car. Now, where's Amy Shelley? Oh, they're still wrecking right here. And there is Amy Shelley's car, or truck, I mean. Joe Davis also has to try and get back onto the track. And this would have been a spot where it would have been better to have gone to pit road, as both drivers plow into the pit wall. I'm not sure what that will do for Joe Davis's chase hopes. Cosmic Nova, the driver he has to be the most afraid of, as well as for Trevor Meacham. And I think pretty much with what's going on, Charles Sanford and Jake Baxter are looking better and better to make this chase despite wrecking out early on. Preston Plord the leader though as we hit the halfway point. And we are back. Tom Gerard retiring underneath the caution, as well as Cosmic Nova and Amy Shelley, Zeke Marley, Joe Davis. So Cosmic Nova retires. That puts it down to Seth Cole, and that definitely will clinch Alex Hawkins a spot in the chase. So Preston Plord now in the lead. Alex Hawkins with nothing to lose. In second, it's Gabe Williams, Bradley Bishop Jr., Alex Perkle, Stephen Paul III, PJ Williams, Eric and Rage, Amanda Shelley, and Katie Elizabeth, the top 10. Then William Duncan, Jake Davis, Cassandra Renzi, Randy McBlair, Chris Louvier, Kyle Matthews, Hiroshi Kazuyoshi, Seth Cole, Jay Stella, and James Shelley, the top 20. Green flag back out as we're underway once again. Dylan Young, one lap down. Gabe to the inside of Alex Hawkins. By the way, I'm not quite sure. It might have also clinched the 59 to the chase despite the last place finish. Who knows? This one's been wild, especially with the guys who are trying to make the chase, wrecking out every which way. Gabe Williams trying to have, with a lapped car in between himself and Preston Plord now. Bradley Bishop Jr. into third, and Alex Hawkins back to fourth, but now going back to the inside of the 99, and PJ Williams is around. So PJ Williams is going around, Chris Louvier as well. And for once, I think they didn't even wreck again, though, coming back to caution flag. A lot of damage to the draw tight forward of Chris Louvier, who was already eliminated from chase contention coming into this with no wins on the season. But time to take a look back at what happened there with PJ Williams. And we are back. Looks like Alex Perkle might be getting into the 19. Yes, that is exactly what happens. And that's what causes the 6-2 to go around. And it's Seth Cole turning the other BKR truck, Chris Louvier. Does Louvier derp and plow into the 62 though? Well, 62 was kind of going all over track, and kind of. But I won't put that all on Louvier. Preston Plord, though, is the leader with what will be about 10 laps to go. Let's go back to the green flag. And we are back. Field just got 10 to go, which means Dylan Young, who is going to restart in 24th, will be in between Preston Plord and Gabe Williams, our top two trucks. Then it's Bradley Bishop Jr., Alex Hawkins, Stephen Pollard III, Amanda Shelley, Eric and Rage, William Duncan, Jake Davis, and Alex Perkle in 10th. Cassandra Renzi, Katie Elizabeth, Kyle Matthews, Seth Cole, Jay Stella, James Shelley, Hiroshi Kazuyoshi, Randy McBlair, Kyle Sosnowski, Kyle Thomas, Brad Mojo, Jessica Shelton, and PJ Williams, the top 23. And our lead lap trucks. Does anyone have anything for Preston Plord? They have 9 laps to see. We are back to racing. And that is great sight there. Dylan Young going to the inside of Preston Plord, trying to make sure that a lap truck does not decide the winner of this race. That, and I'm pretty sure they're not done wrecking yet. Here between Amanda Shelley, Stephen Paul III, and Gabe Williams down into turn 1. Always got to be careful there with the 33. And he is. Bradley Bishop Jr., though, to the outside of the 54. That didn't work out too well. Oh, and they're wrecking the third place trucks. Amanda Shelley, William Duncan going around, PJ Williams, and Jake Davis. As the rest of the field scatters to try and avoid it, Dylan Young will get a lap back. So, with what is 7 laps to go, we'll take a short commercial break and we'll be back to show you what happened there and then show you the final restart of the day, probably. Unless they don't get back to the green or to checker flag. And we're back. Watch Stephen Paul III and Amanda Shelley, as it's Stephen that turns the 24 and Duncan just loses it. Of course, up here you have PJ Williams, who just kind of loses it, as well as Jake Davis. PJ slides into 97. Nothing to worry about for PJ, though, as I'm pretty sure he's clinched a spot in the top 10 now. And with the struggles that other people have had, I think James Shelley has pretty much locked up the second wild card, and I'm not quite sure he will be able to make the top 10 with the misfortunes everyone else has had as well. Who knows, though? Meacham went out early, so if Shelley can get up here towards the front, he's led some laps. Maybe he can get a good finish and work his way into the top 10 in points, as 9th and 10th have retired from the race. And we're back, and it will be a green-white checkered, but we're going to be minus Amanda Shelley and Stephen Paul III. And it's also not going to be a conventional green-white checkered because they'll have the green with 2 to go. And it's not going to be a double file restart, as Preston Plord is the leader. Then it's Bradley Bishop Jr., Gabe Williams, Alex Hawkins, Seth Cole, Katie Elizabeth, Eric Enrage, Hiroshi Kazuyoshi with no front end, Cassandra Renzi in 9th, and Brad Mojo 10th. Kyle Sosnowski, Randy McBlair, Jessica Shelton runs 13th, and Kyle Matthews, Jake Davis, Alex Perkle, James Shelley, Kyle Thomas, William Duncan, PJ Williams, Jay Stella, and Dylan Young. Can we make a few green flag laps here? I hope so. Green flag is out for Preston Plord. Bradley Bishop Jr. with a great jump going to the inside. Turns 3 and 4. Looks like it's all right so far. I still see green flag. Yay! White flag is out. We will race it back to the checkered flag no matter what. Gabe Williams inside of Preston Plord, though. Gabe's going to give it his best effort, but I don't think it's going to be good enough because I don't think Shelley's going to make the chase. Or make the top 10, I mean. But not even going to be enough anyway. He's not going to get the win. It's going to be Bradley Bishop Jr. going to victory lane. The Napa 99 gets the job done. As the top 10 behind him, Gabe Williams, Preston Plord, Katie Elizabeth, Alex Hawkins, Eric Enrage, Seth Cole, Cassandra Renzi, Hiroshi Kazuyoshi, and Brad Mojo. Rest of the lead lap finishers and the finishers here today: Kyle Sosnowski, Alex Perkle, Jake Davis, Kyle Matthews, James Shelley, Randy McBlair, Dylan Young, PJ Williams, Jay Stella, Jessica Shelton, William Duncan, and Kyle Thomas. The rest of the finishers did not finish the race at all. And I'll be honest, I'm not even going to try and figure out who's in this thing because I really don't know with all the twists and turns this one took. All I know is that the drivers with a chance to take over a spot in the top 10, you're looking at Seth Cole, James Shelley, and that might be it. Katie Elizabeth 4th. Those are about the only 3. Duncan, I wouldn't give too much credit to. Probably he'll probably be the first wild card. Drivers eliminated, probably Preston Plord. I wouldn't count out Nathan McCain or Cassandra Renzi just yet, because I don't know if Shelly made the chase or made the top 10. Things I do know: the 16 is eliminated from chase contention. The 50, the 33, the 55, the 00, the 34. Drivers on the bubble: you have the 94, the 31, the 29 probably. I wouldn't rule out the 59 for being on the bubble either. Perkle, I think, is probably pretty safe in 12th. Actually, he is safe. Perkle will make the chase. He had to finish 13th or better with it falling just to Amy Shelley, so Perkle will be in the chase. I will confirm that one, but that is about all I will confirm. A crazy race here. We have 2 more races on tap, and then we're moving to Thornton, though, next week, so that ought to be interesting. I'll see you guys then.